Hello class and welcome to the last week of the quarter. I think you guys have done a really great job in abnormal psychology. I have seen a great deal of improvement in your communication skills as determined by your writing every week in the discussions. You guys have become more insightful, more critical, you elaborate more effectively. You are writing in an essay style that includes your point of view as well as factual information that you're pulling from the text and other resources. You are pulling from your own resources. You're looking up novel information. You're responding to all the prompts in a really well-articulated way. And there's been a progress from the beginning of the quarter to now that I've seen in just about all of you. So I'm really, really happy with how well you guys have all done in the course. So congratulations, and of course, good luck to you for next quarter. That being said, there is still a major assignment to be completed and turned in for abnormal psychology. This is your second paper, and this paper is about substance use disorders and comorbid disorders. And what that means is substance use, like alcoholism or cocaine dependence or opiate dependence, those disorders are often associated with depression, schizophrenia, anxiety. And there has been a long-running hypothesis of self-medication that the underlying issue is actually, so for example, the underlying issue could actually be depression. And the use of alcohol or the use of opiates, so prescription pain medication, is actually being used in order to treat that underlying depression. And unfortunately, then the person becomes dependent upon those substances that they're using to treat their depression. Now, of course, it could be anxiety, it could be PTSD, it could be schizophrenia, there could be a myriad of psychological disorders that are comorbid with substance use disorder. And I have put down several papers for you to look up to investigate this issue further. This paper should be formatted in a similar way to paper 1, so give me a nice introduction to the topic, make your definitions of substance use disorder and a comorbid disorder of interest to you, and then describe why that's important, and then get into the next session should be your analysis, examining why these two disorders are comorbid and the different sources that you have for that information. Now, citing sources is really important. I want you guys to get used to citing sources consistently. You should always be citing a source when you state something factual. When you make a statement like alcoholism is often comorbid with depression, you should have after that statement a parentheses saying the first author et al. Dot and the year. I have put down examples of how to cite your sources on the syllabus as well as the assignment description, but if you are confused in any way about how to do that properly, please send me an email and I will clarify to you one-on-one in the email, or make a comment down below in this post and I will respond so that everyone in the class can see, and that's actually even better, so that way everyone can benefit from the response to your question. So again, this is a 2 to 3 page paper, minimum of 800 words, and having a clear format of intro, examination of the topic with the articles, and then a nice conclusion, like what was the point of your examination? Bring me home to a nice, solid, clear point of view. What was your point of view on this topic, and why is it important? Again, why is this important given everything that we've just analyzed in your paper? Give me a nice summation for the topic. I've just extended the due date for this paper. You guys now have until Friday at midnight to turn this in. I did that because, really this is your final for the class. I wanted to give you a little bit extra time. This is your last effort for doing well in the course, improving your grade, and fully examining a very interesting topic in psychological disorders. Substance use disorder, another substance use disorder, and the issue of comorbidity. Why do some psychological disorders pair? Why do these disorders often come together? That's a critical discussion point for your papers is, why are these two disorders often comorbid? What's the underlying issue as to why they're often paired? Now, often students are intimidated by reading primary research articles and trying to understand them and then write about them. That's a really common anxiety inducer in students. And the reason why I'm having you guys do it is so that you get used to that skill. I don't expect you to do it perfectly. I don't expect all students to do it well, and that's fine. But I urge you to just, read a little bit of a few of the papers, pick a paper that interests you, and try to get something out of it to incorporate to your own paper. Again, it's admittedly a difficult skill, and this is something that all students struggle with. But it's a critical skill for you to learn and to engage in as a college student. And perhaps if you're interested in transferring for a different program, this will be asked of you again. So it's really good to get that skill now, because it will be asked of you again. So I urge you to try your best. So it's due Friday at midnight, and the issue is substance use disorders and comorbidity with other psychological disorders. If you have any questions about the assignment, please post below and I will respond for the entire class. I have yet to grade all of the discussions from last week, and I apologize for that. Those will get done today, and you will see your grades for that assignment. And again, what a wonderful quarter. Wonderful to have you in my class, and I wish you well in your efforts, and wish you well for your next quarter. And a final thought, I just realized I wasn't clear about one of the criteria to get full points on this paper, and that is that you must cite at least 2 of the research articles that I posted in the assignment. You must, read and analyze 2 of the papers to pull information from them to incorporate into your examination specifically. So 2 papers. If you decide to use sources outside of the articles that I've given you, outside of the textbook, that's fine, but I would really appreciate, but then you must include a reference list at the end of your paper. So unless I'm familiar with the paper because I gave it to you, or the textbook, you must include a reference list if you're using sources outside of what I've provided you guys with. So then that way I can know, okay, this is a legitimate paper. I can go look it up myself and be like, okay, yeah, they did read that. They're pulling the accurate information from it. If you're just using sources that I am providing you with, i.e. the textbook or one of the papers listed in the assignment, then no need to have a reference list, and you will not be docked any points for that. But if you do include a reference that I am not familiar with, and then you don't have a reference list at the bottom saying all the details about where to find that resource for myself, then you will be docked points for that. So just a final note for clarity on the assignment. I wish you guys well, and talk to you soon.